Carlos King has finally spoken out, addressing months of speculation, silence, and rumors surrounding Love and Marriage, Huntsville. For a while, fans of the show have been left hanging, wondering what's really going on with the cast and if the show is even going to continue. After months of unanswered questions, Carlos dropped a bombshell in a rare statement where he addressed everything that's been swirling in the media. And trust me, this is about to change everything we know about the show. So what exactly did Carlos say? For the longest time, the cast of Love and Marriage, Huntsville has seemed scattered, and the drama just hasn't been hitting the same way it used to. The storylines, the relationships, even the energy has felt off. Fans were confused, asking why Carlos King, the man behind the entire franchise, wasn't addressing the issues. Why was the show being so secretive? Why were cast members missing from episodes? Was the show about to get cancelled? And perhaps the biggest question, why won't Carlos speak? Well, in his interview, Carlos gave fans the answers they've been waiting for. But instead of simply clearing things up, he made it clear that Love and Marriage, Huntsville is about to go through a huge transformation. Carlos confirmed that there are big changes on the horizon, not just in terms of cast or storylines, but in the very foundation of the show itself. If you've been following the show, you know that over the years, we've seen marriages fall apart, businesses rise, health battles unfold, and friendships tested. But the reality now is that the original dynamics that once made the show so captivating might no longer work. Carlos shared that the show is evolving. And that's not just a casual statement. It means the structure, the cast, and even the format of Love and Marriage, Huntsville could be shifting. What's fascinating is that he mentioned the show needs to reflect where the cast members are in their lives today. And that's a huge clue into what might be happening behind the scenes. Over the years, we've watched as many of the cast members went through personal changes, some for the better, some not so much. But now, Carlos is making it clear that the show can't just be about what fans expect. It needs to show real stories and real growth. Now, let's break it down. First, let's talk about some of the key players in this shift. One person whose future on the show has been at the forefront of fans' minds is Melody Holt. She's been through a lot: her marriage to Martell, her music career, and her business ventures. Over the last few seasons, it's been pretty obvious that Melody is in a different place in her life. Fans have noticed her screen time has started to dwindle, and rumors about her potentially stepping away from the show have been circulating for some time. But Carlos gave us a huge clue in his interview. He said that the show needs to evolve, and that includes adapting to where the cast members are in their personal lives. For Melody, this means stepping back from the drama and focusing more on her career and personal growth. Carlos didn't outright confirm that Melody is leaving the show, but the tone of his words makes it seem like her storyline might be winding down. After everything she's been through with Martell and the constant back-and-forth drama, Melody might be at a point where she's earned the space to move on. Speaking of Martell, Carlos hinted that his story isn't over yet. If you're a fan of the show, you know that Martell has remained one of the most polarizing figures in the entire franchise. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Martell keeps viewers talking. His legal battles, ongoing issues with co-parenting, and constant back and forth with Melody mean that there's still a lot of unresolved drama there. Carlos made it clear that there's more story to tell with Martell, and that seems to suggest that his involvement on the show isn't going anywhere anytime soon. On the flip side, Kimmy Scott's storyline has shifted significantly over the past few seasons. Her health journey has been a major part of the narrative, and fans have rallied behind her as she's navigated her health battles. In his interview, Carlos seemed to acknowledge that Kimmy's role on the show might evolve. He spoke about how her presence on the show has become more reflective, grounded, and wisdom-driven. And given everything she's faced, it makes sense that she may step into a more supportive role rather than being caught up in the drama. Carlos seems to be positioning Kimmy as someone who brings perspective, advice, and maturity to the group. And it's clear that he respects her journey. Meanwhile, Maurice Scott, Kimmy's husband, may be stepping into a more central role. The Scott family has always been an important part of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, but lately, there's been noticeable tension brewing between the Scott siblings, Maurice and Marceau. It's something that has been simmering beneath the surface, and Carlos hinted that this tension might come to the forefront in future episodes. Maurice might be positioned in a leadership role that could reshape the dynamics of the Scott family storylines. It seems like the next season could put a lot of focus on family conflict, and Maurice's role might become a pivotal point in that narrative. Now, there's another layer to all of this, the rumors about new cast members. For a while, fans have been speculating about potential newcomers to the show, and Carlos didn't shy away from confirming that new energy is coming. He mentioned that the show is going to feature fresh faces who are connected to the existing cast. These could be new couples or individuals with real ties to the current stars, whether through business, friendships, or even past drama. The idea of introducing new people is exciting for fans because it suggests that the dynamics are going to shift, and the relationships we've grown to love, or love to hate, could be tested in new ways. But there's also the possibility that we could see some former cast members return. One name that fans keep bringing up is Destiny Payton. Her exit from the show left a lot of questions unanswered. Her storyline with Martell and Melody was never fully wrapped up, and fans have been wondering what happened to her growth as a character. If she were to return, it could not only revive old tensions but also provide a new layer to the drama. Another potential return that's been discussed is Tisha Campbell. While she's never been a part of the main cast, her name has come up in fan discussions as someone who could bring a strong presence to the show. She's a recognizable face, and her involvement could help expand the show's reach to a wider audience. Carlos has made it clear that he wants to explore new dynamics, and that could mean more than just introducing new faces. We might see former rivals team up or new characters shaking up the existing relationships. If this new energy is coming in, it's going to challenge the original cast to either evolve or get left behind. The shift in the show's tone could either make or break the future of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, but Carlos seems intent on pushing the show forward, even if it means saying goodbye to some familiar faces. But here's the real twist. Carlos didn't just talk about changes in terms of the cast. He also hinted at a shift in the very essence of the show. For a long time, Love and Marriage, Huntsville has been all about explosive drama and high-stakes conflicts. The audience has been used to watching shouting matches, messy breakups, and scandalous secrets being exposed. But Carlos is saying that reality TV needs to evolve. It's no longer just about the chaos, it's about showing real-life growth. He emphasized that the show needs to focus more on how people navigate their personal challenges, build businesses, and maintain relationships under pressure. That's a huge departure from what Love and Marriage, Huntsville has been known for. In his interview, Carlos said that reality TV has a responsibility to reflect real life, not just dramatize it. He wants to show the cast's entrepreneurial journeys, like Melody's music career, Kimmy's real estate work, and Martell's various business ventures. For the first time, it looks like the business side of the show will take center stage. We may also see more of the challenges of parenting, co-parenting, and generational relationships, topics that people relate to every day. For Carlos, this is more than just entertainment, it's necessary storytelling. So, is Love and Marriage, Huntsville over? It's a valid question after all the cryptic language Carlos used. He said, "The show as we know it is done," and that line has left fans speculating. Does it mean that the entire series is wrapping up? Or is this just the end of the current format? There's been talk of a possible series finale, but Carlos hasn't confirmed anything concrete. However, his energy doesn't seem like someone who's ready to walk away from the franchise. Instead, it feels like he's doubling down on the direction he wants to take the show, just not in the way we've seen before. In the end, Love and Marriage, Huntsville may not be over, but it's definitely about to change in a big way. Whether it's the end of the current format or the beginning of something new, Carlos King is clearly committed to making waves in the reality TV world. Whatever happens next, one thing is for sure, the world of Love and Marriage, Huntsville is going to be a lot different from what we've come to know. What do you think about all the changes?